you. Oh my God. Okay, hi all who inhabit this floating rock. I am back with another video. I know it's been a minute, but I just wanted to come in and do a disclaimer. This video is strictly for shits and giggles. It's not to be taken seriously as a critical analysis of Chicago, as I am just a southerner who's giving my perspective on my first time experiencing the city for a full week. Of course, I've been to Chicago 5 years ago, but I was only here for like maybe, excuse me, I was only in the city for maybe 24 hours. If that, it might have been maybe 48, maybe 24 hours. So I didn't really get a full look at the city, in-depth look. And this is just me giving my experience. It is just made to be a way to be lighthearted. I don't want anyone to take anything seriously. Of course, this is my first interaction with the city. I am currently living in Chicago. I've already moved. But this was just my perspective as a first-time rider of a train, period. As a Southern belle experiencing the big city. Of course, I will be doing a part 2 video of a little bit more of a critical analysis of my thoughts on Chicago as a Southerner. So again, thank you for watching. Please like the video if you vibe with it, subscribe if you vibe with me, and let's just key. It's not to be taken seriously. Please don't take this video too seriously. It is a tipsy review of my week in Chicago. That's it. Bye.
Let's take this show on the road. Same-ish, different day. I'll be bored out my mind.
Hi, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. This is a Weaving the Ends special bonus episode, I guess. Before I get into what I'll be talking about in this episode of Weaving the Ends, please remember to like, share, or subscribe if you are vibing with my content. I want to start with my current whip. I am currently working on a knit scarf. And it's just gonna be like a colorful type of vibe, like a scrap yarn basically project. What stitches am I using? I am using the knit stitch, and I'm using a combination of the knit stitch and purling to create the stockinette stitch as well. So you'll see like a little bit of like here is the stockinette stitch, and then right below it is our knit stitch. So I just combined the two because I wanted my scarf to have some texture to it. You know, I wanted it to be different. So I'm currently working on this. I am in Chicago for the week. I've been here for a week, so I'll be leaving tomorrow. Yes. Also, the top that I am wearing, I also made. I will be trying to make a video on how to do this because I'm gonna do this, remake it again because there's some tweaks that I want to do. But yes, top, see it or not, but it's just a two top that I crocheted. I did make shorts to go with it, but I'll just insert a picture of the whole shebang, whatever. But yes. This video is sponsored by Rosé. As y'all know, I am from the South, the dirty. I am from the South and the dirty. This is actually my second time visiting Chicago. I visited Chicago 5 years ago. Yeah, I visited 5 years ago, but I only visited the city for like 24 hours. So this is different, getting like a full-on week And then plus I will be living here in a month, so I needed to get used to like how things are here and get familiar with like the way the things are, and like with transit and where am I going. And but yeah, I made notes because I didn't want to forget anything that I wanted to talk about, but this is strictly just my opinion. This is a Southerner's take on the city. It is my opinion. Don't take anything to heart. Don't take anything seriously. Don't take anything personal. We all have our opinions. One moment. It's pretty good. Oh, let me show y'all what I'm drinking. I said rosé, but I got this from Trader Joe's. I don't know if the camera. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it. Okay. I got this from Trader Joe's, which was pretty close to my hotel, like a 3-minute walk, which is great. Chicago is a very walkable city. I will say that. Living in Virginia is can be mountainous and like hilly. So like even if you live in a city like I do, there's no flat terrain. It's like you could be going up a hill and then going down and then leveling out but then going up. Very walkable. The sidewalks are very walkable, at least where I have walked. The areas I have walked in the city, very walkable city. Yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. Again, I want to say that if you are watching me, you can pull out your current fling, aka your current whip that you're working on, while we get into my week here in Chicago. Take another sip. I have a wine glass, so you're truly sipping out the cup. Okay, so I arrived on Monday. I rode the Metro, which is the area transit that is used. I think it's called the Loop is the proper term. It has, I'll just give y'all a brief breakdown of what I can remember. The Loop, or the transit line, has like 5 different lines that go to different parts of the city. So like you can take one line, like the red line, and go north or south. You can take the green line, you can take the orange line, you can take the pink line, or you can take the purple line. And all of these lines just take you to different parts of the city. It just depends on where you're trying to go. I rode it for the first time. Of course, I was anxious as hell. I think the best way I can like describe it, it's like, it is truly like TV. Of course the metro area was like not the cleanest, which I mean, it's public area, and we all know how that goes, but it was not the cleanest. I was amazed at how close people walk to the tracks, because I was just like, I don't want to even get too close to them, but like people were walking super close to the tracks. Standing there is all different types of people that ride the public transit, which is like why I think that I want to make an argument for public transit at the end of this video, but I'm going to wait until the end. We have a city bus, but we don't have a metro in the city that I'm coming from. If you're familiar with Richmond, Virginia, you know like what the vibes are there. We do have a city bus that is free of charge. You don't have to pay to ride the bus. And it takes you just around the surrounding areas, the city of Richmond. Yes, so standing waiting for the metro was very anxiety inducing for me for the first time, because one, I'm like, okay, this is a unfamiliar space for me. The people were not like, I'm gonna get to that. Is everyone kind of like is either trying to avoid making eye contact with you, or they're looking down at their phones. I noticed that I wasn't really looking down at my phone because one, I wanted to be looking around my surroundings. I'm like, girl, this is a new space where you need to be paying attention. I did look around and like noticed the people, everybody looking down at their phones or looking around. They had a lot of like marketing and like advertising all throughout the train station. And what stood out to me was this medicine for like, of course, weight loss, plastered everywhere. I forgot the name of it, but it's probably Ozempic's sister. And I was just a little disturbed by that, because we all know that that advertising and like media influences a lot of the decisions that we all make. A lot of people are not really thinking outside of that sphere. They're within that sphere. So yeah, it was a little weird for me to have to see that. And that was just like something that I had to like come to grasp with. It's like, girl, you're gonna be living here, you're gonna be accosted with that, and it's just not something that I'm used to. Of course, we all get ads for stuff, medicines and weight loss and stuff, but it was just like seeing it like everywhere you go. Literally, I'm on the train and I'm being accosted with, oh, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, and you need to lose weight. So that was interesting. Now, what I'm about to tell may be surprising for some people, I guess, depending on who you are, if you're watching this, or it could just be like, oh, I'm not shocked by that. So on the train, my first time riding, me and my partner who were boarding, and of course it was like packed. I forgot the time of day. It was like midday. It might have been like 2 or 3 in the day. So I couldn't sit beside him. I mean, I could have sit beside him, but I chose to sit next to another white person, which I guess it wouldn't have mattered if I sat beside the other one. I won't give the, I mean, I think we don't. So I get on the metro. My partner is really sitting right across from me. I'm sitting on the other side. There is a white person to the left of me, and there was another person to the right of me, but they had their hood over them. So I couldn't tell who the person was. But I knew I had 2 people, and there was like a seat right there, a person, and then me, and then the white person that was to the left of me. Now, immediately, as soon as I sat down, he started like, you know how people do that? He started like, he started making it like known that he didn't want me like sitting next to him.
Back up! You need to back up! You getting too close!
So I in turn was like, okay, well, I don't want to be sitting here either. So I started trying to shift myself over to the right a little bit more so I could give him the space, trying to give him the space. But he was just acting really, really strange when I sat beside him. So then another stop came. The person that my partner was sitting next to, they got up. I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit beside him. So then I get up, I hurry up and sit beside him before someone else grabs the seat. And then this other brown person, they get on and they're looking for a seat. And they were standing for a while, and then they decided to sit next to the white individual. He like immediately like started hyperventilating. Like, I mean, like,
it's getting weird.
He was scared, and the guy like looked at him and he got up. And I think that he was kind of like, okay, you are doing the most right now, so I'm just gonna get up. I mean, different people will interpret the situation different. I just think that like black people and brown people are like automatically not really given the grace to like consider the person. Like, my first impression was not, this person is gonna enact violence. It was like, oh, this person's trying to find somewhere to sit. But yeah, that happened. He got off at the next stop.
Okay, bye, Ashley.
Have a nice day.
Bye, Ashley.
I don't even know if that was where he was supposed to get off at, but I just think he got off because he was like, I don't even want to deal with it. Which is whatever. That's what I'm learning. Like, whatever stuff that you're dealing with, I was about to say the other word, you got to deal with that. That's shit that you have to deal with. I'm not holding my tongue. That's stuff that you yourself have to deal with internally. That has nothing to do with me. If you think I'm gonna rob your ass and you were hyperventilated, then you don't need to ride public transportation. I don't have a problem with people sitting next to me. And then I think that, like, I'm gonna get into that. I don't want to get off topic. So yeah, that happened. And then the funny thing is, literally when he got up, a white girl got on the train and sat in his same exact seat. You know, I'll just describe her. White girl.
Taylor Swift.
Okay, great gowns, beautiful gowns.
But that's how I saw it. Like, you know, it is what it is. I mean, but she had her little Zara bag and her Starbucks, and she was glassing her bag and keeping it close to her, which we all should be doing. I mean, it's a public space. You don't know if somebody will go try to run up and snatch your shit and run to the other car or you get off or whatever. But she's like, I'm trying to see if I can describe it. So like, she has like her bags and stuff in her hand, in her lap. And the same guy who's trying to sit down is like standing over her. Like, cause on the transit, you can either sit or they have these like bars or like straps where you can stand. So he stood over her, and she had like this look on her face, like a sheer like, and I'm sorry I keep looking towards that way. It's just because I'm a little paranoid because one of the cleaning people walked in on me earlier this week, so I'm just kind of like looking, even though I have the thing out there now, but it's just whatever. Let's scratch that out. So yeah, she's like looking, she had this horror look on her face. Like, it was like she could not hide how she was feeling at all. No poker face at all. And mind you, this person, in my eyes, had not done anything for cause for concern other than being black. That's just how I look at it. He wasn't acting irate. He wasn't asking people questions. He wasn't trying to talk to people. Wasn't asking people for nothing, but just trying to sit. And to me, like, as I was sitting on there, because the ride from south side to north side of Chicago was kind of like, it was a little lengthy, like a 30 plus minute train ride. What immediately came to my mind during those interactions was like, one, it doesn't really matter how you present or act if you are a black and brown person and a person is prejudice or races, they're gonna just be that way. Like, it doesn't matter how much degrees, they don't even matter if they know you personally. Like, it is what it is, unfortunately. And then I also thought about, like, on another subject, like, white people are privileged in the sense of, like, societal advancement, but, like, at the same time, you have to grapple with the fact that with your privilege comes this enormous amount of, like, guilt, I think, and, like, an enormous amount of, like, suspicion, uneasiness, when it's like, if we literally, like, created a system that gave people enough to eat, gave people a place to live, and paid people livable wages, then we could ride the metro in a way that's just, like, a little bit more community oriented. I mean, my experience the whole time, there was no conversations really going on there. There was no, hey girl, how you doing? It was, okay, this will be my phone. Let me find something to be my phone. This little coffee thing will be my phone. It was this. No, hold on. It was, let me get on, not make any eye contact. I'm looking for a seat. Okay. So it's like, it's a lot of, like, antisocial interaction. This kind of brings me back to the question I asked my partner, like, a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I wonder if we can really have class solidarity. And, like, riding the train kind of, like, opened my mind up to that, because literally all different types of people are riding the train. Like, when I say all types of people, I'm not being facetious or being, like, dramatic. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I've been riding the whole week, and all different types of people are riding the train. And I think that I'm jumping ahead of, like, what I want to talk about, but I'm just going to talk about it because I was going to save this for the end. I think that there can be, the train in public areas can be a environment to foster community, but I think we have to get off our phones, y'all. Like, and this is coming from me, an introverted Rochelle. Introverted Rochelle is saying we got to get off our phones. I think that in order for us to progress and create a more equitable world, we're going to have to interact with each other. We're going to have to talk to each other. We're going to have to trust each other. And that's not what I saw, or that's not what I have seen while being here. And then especially in a public space like that, it was just like, you know, everybody's just like looking down at their phone. You know, I tried to, with my dirty self tried to make eye contact with people, but after a while, it just felt wrong, because I'm like, okay, it's part of, like, kind of like wanting to fit in a way. Like, you don't want to do anything that makes yourself stand out or puts a target on your back, because unfortunately, if you are a person that is from out of town, people will take advantage of that. That's a reality. But I just was thinking about all that. Like, the public transit areas would be great opportunities for organizing, would be great opportunities for community building, but we're too busy looking at our phones. We really are. Like, we're too busy looking at our phones. We're too busy being worried about it, whether or not we're gonna get robbed. We're too busy worried about it, whether or not somebody's gonna harm us, when this person is just riding the public transit trying to get to wherever they're going. And I stand on that. I don't think the guy was trying to create any harm or wreak any havoc while being on the bus. I just think that whiteness be whitening and racism be racism or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So yeah, I rode the train. It was pretty cool. I mean, so far, I mean, of course I talked about how clean, how dirty it was. Yes, we could definitely shift some taxpayer money to maintaining these systems, because I definitely think that like every city needs to have a metro. Every city needs a metro or a public transportation system, a robust one. What else did I want to talk about? The food. This is again my second time in Chicago. The last time I spent 24 hours. This time I'm spending like over 150 hours in the city. I've been eating a lot of food. And everything has been good. There are a couple of exceptions of places that I will, not suggest, but for the most part, the food has been really good. What have I eaten? The last time I had Al's, I think they do like roast beef sandwiches or something. But I had that the last time and I got it again and it wasn't that great. It was not that great.
Ooh, is that shade Phaedra?
It just was not what I remembered from 5 years ago, and that's okay. But everything else has been great so far. Of course, we know that I've been partaking in the legal practices of tree. You know what I mean? There is a public skate park, which I love. It's literally right across the street from my hotel here in the South Loop. And I don't mind giving where I am because, child, I'm about to leave, so it don't matter. But there is a public skate park here in the Loop, which is pretty cool. It's really big too, and it's all different types of people that I've seen go down there and like skate. The culture is very diverse. I wouldn't call it a chocolate city, but it's definitely a diverse city. All different types of people. Southern hospitality. Where you from again? The South, the dirty. I do think that, comment if you know that reference. I do think that there is definitely a culture difference when you are living in the South. There is definitely like a hospitality that comes with living in the South, like as far as like people holding the doors open for you, saying hello, for instance. Now, there were people who said hello to me, but it was very far and few in between. Most people were looking straight ahead. They're not trying to make any eye contact at all. I guess over time I will be able to like more thoroughly flesh out, how I feel about the city the longer that I live here. But a week here has definitely like shown me a lot. There is definitely a difference in like depending on where you live at, like the way that things function and like social cues. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I have been spoiled to like live in a bubble where like I don't want to make it seem like that people in Chicago are mean. I don't want to make it seem like they're inconsiderate, but I have definitely recognized a difference. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, food has been great. Beautiful architecture. Oh my God, like I will insert pictures. I tried to take as many as I could without coming off as a tourist, but and I've actually been doing pretty good all week, not looking like a tourist, because yesterday we went to view a place in Chicago to live, and beautiful place. Okay, if you rent, then you know that like nowadays you don't know your landlord. You don't know them. You just know that you are renting from a corporation that is owned by someone anonymous that we will probably never know. But for this place, we met the person that owns the unit that we want to rent. And his first impression was like, he was like, oh, you know, got a good vibe and all of that. And he was like, we didn't look like tourists. And I was like, okay, thumbs up, because I did not want to be putting a target, you know what I mean, for someone to be like, okay, this person is from out of town, let me hit a lick. And it's like, if you gotta hit a lick, do what you gotta do. I understand. Class solidarity, I promise you. I am for the working class, I'm for the people. So at the end of the day, yes, you are inflicting harm, but I also understand why you're inflicting that harm. And then that's another conversation about how like a lot of the harm and I guess I will end with this because I don't want to ramble. But before I end, I'm going to pour myself another glass of wine. Well, this is a cup of wine. I don't have a glass. Okay. I need to get out of here and get on with the day. What I will end with is, if we are looking to create a better world for ourselves and the people we love, children, whoever, generations to come after us, I think that we should start thinking about how we are interacting with the system and how it affects us. Because to be honest with you, these people are literally getting filthy rich off of our distrust in each other. That's really it. I think we do need to be striving towards class solidarity. I know that the strike is coming up tomorrow, the boycott, and I think that that is a great way to utilize our political power. But what I will say is, I think a lot of power is going to come from community engagement and community organizing. And I don't think that we're gonna be able to do that looking at our phones and not interacting with people. And this is coming from me, your favorite introverted girly. This is coming from me, like, not on a parasocial, you know what I mean? Like, I think we're gonna have to like actually be talking and being in community with different types of people to kind of forge a path to a better future. Even if we don't see it in our lifetime, like for generations to come, so that they can live in a world and they can get on a train and not have to be feeling uncomfortable, you know? At the end of the day, we're all human beings. The common enemy are the people who are paying us slave wages, and literally taking from us. And then we're all infighting. You know, I've been noticing all the infighting lately, and I'm like, we're all losing the plot, I think. And I mean, if you're still here, thank you for staying. If you're still watching the video, there is a lot of infighting happening amongst different races and classes and stuff. And I just want us all to stay on topic and realize that we are not the enemies of ourselves. Like, the enemies that we should be worried about are the people who are in the majority, the 1%, the 10% that are literally running the whole fabric. No, we're running the fabric of this country. Let me change that. We're running it, but they're profiting off of our labor. And I just want us to stay on track. I don't want us to be talking about each other. I don't want us to be hating each other, because at the end of the day, we're all one race. Yes, we all come from different backgrounds, but at the end of the day, we're all human. If you want to look at it that way, if you want to take class or race out of it, we're all human at the end of the day. So I'm loving Chicago. First and foremost, I do love Chicago. I love the city. It is so huge for this small town girly. Guys, this is a community involved program or project or whatever that I am working on pursuing when I get here. Of course, it's surrounding what I love. There's actually this place, I'll just spill the tea. There is a yarn shop here in the city called Yarnify that has, on Friday nights, they have like from 6 to 8. It's like a social type vibe for people who are fiber artists to come and either just work on your stuff in a cool environment or build community with people. So I will be attending those in the very soon future, as a way to kind of like put myself out there and like get to know people. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have much else to say. Get off your phones and talk to people. We're gonna both do that. I'm gonna hold you accountable, you hold me accountable. We're gonna get off our phones, we're gonna actually try to get to know people. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna do that with my introverted ass, but I'm gonna make it work. Even if it's just as simple as giving someone a compliment. You never know where that could go. And I'm just gonna try to put myself in spaces where it fosters community and people that are interested in the same things that I'm interested in. So guys, this has been another long-winded, long-ass Leaving the Ends episode. Probably the first long-winded episode. Have I did a over 30-minute video yet? No. I'm about to get off of here and drink some water because I have been drinking wine. And we need to be hydrating. I'm gonna get off of here and drink some water and finish working on my extra long scarf. That is so cute. I can't wait till it's done. If you are interested in acquiring one, you can hit me up. All of my like socials and stuff are linked below. If you are interested in me showing you how I did this, doing like a video, I can. I guess I can say that if you wanted to start your own, if you are a beginner crocheter or beginner knitter, I should say, I would say that this is a great project to do because it just kind of gets your hands in the motion of like doing it. And you're also practicing the different stitches. So I think that like this is a great project to do if you are just starting to knit. And look at how far I've gotten. So we're almost there. I kind of want it to be, I want it to be kind of long on me. So I will probably have a good little while before I am done. But I want it to be able to like wrap, if I wanted to wrap it around. And then I think I'm going to add some tassels. I don't know yet if I want to add tassels to the end, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting it done. We're making progress. We're taking chances. Okay? Because it's a chance for me to move to another state. I had to learn a whole new different culture of things. Excuse me. And that takes bravery. I was about to say bravery. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will definitely insert some clips and stuff from my trip here. I didn't do a lot of video because one, I didn't want to make it obvious that I am from out of town. But I do have some videos, some clips of images that I've taken of the city and stuff like that. And I will share those in this video. I guess I'll share it at the end. I'll just share them I'll put them in the video. But until next time, please remember to trust each other. Learn to trust each other. Let's learn to trust each other again. And let's get off of our phones. Let's talk to each other. Let's give each other eye contact at least, guys. A smile, maybe, if you're feeling it. You don't have to smile, but if you're feeling a smile, smile. I think part of me was there's a couple of people, and then I'm gonna stop talking because I don't want to talk, but there's a couple of people I have passed here and I've smiled at them and they haven't smiled back. And that's okay. But I think that our journey to a more equitable world for all of us is going to start with us trusting each other and not really trusting these people who don't really give a F about us. And you know who I'm talking about. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.